Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to DIY with Nadia and welcome to Wreath Wednesday. Today, I'm making a very elegant happy birthday wreath, but this wreath can be used for so many things like baby showers, weddings, and much more. Now, let's get started. Today we are doing a two-color tablecloth wreath, and I'm going to use 6 of these Dollar Tree tablecloths for the 14-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree. Let's cut this up. You are going to need a really good pair of scissors. Okay, just like we pulled it out of the bag, I'm not going to do anything, but we're going to cut it in half. And then each of these pieces I'm going to cut in half again. And then the side pieces, I'm going to make sure I get the middle. And I'm going to cut those in half too. And as you can see, I don't have the straightest lines in the world, but I promise you, if you're going to do this wreath, you don't have to worry about it. We're just approximating everything. So then we are going to make these strips that we made, and we're going to cut those in half. And what we're gonna have at the end of the day is a strip that's about 1/4 to 1.5 inch this way, and in length they're going to be about 6.5 inches. As you can see here, this one is pretty much 6 3/4. And then I'm going to do that to the rest of my strips. What I'm doing now is just basically making little points, and I'm using about maybe, what is this, you guys? About 2 inches. So I'm starting like 2 inches in, and I'm making that little point because I just wanted to make it look, you know, just kind of like a smooth transition, so it doesn't, people don't see this bulkiness right here. So that's why I'm kind of going in like that, and that's it. Just making little points right here. They don't have to be exact. I have made a few of these wreaths, meaning I have made quite a bit of these wreaths, and I'm telling you, they're easy for storage because this is just tablecloth, it's plastic. So they're easy to store. They don't wrinkle, crinkle. You cannot go wrong with these. I don't know, I have never done one where it looks silly or anything like this. It's just, this is just a no error kind of wreath. If you just follow basic directions, you can make it, and you can definitely do it. For today's Wreath Wednesday, I'm collaborating with Vesna TV. She is such a talented DIYer, and she does everything from cooking to doing treasure dollar store DIYs, organizational videos, and home decor. Please visit her. I will link her channel in the description box below. Now, let's get back to the wreath. Alrighty, everything is cut up, and see how I have little petals. They're fairly similar in size, so it'll be just fine. Now for the wreath, what we're going to do is we're going to fill up every single layer here. I usually do all 4, and what I do is let me remove this real quick, and just to remind you, this is a 14-inch metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and I usually work from the inner ring to the outer ring, and all I'm doing is just giving it one little tie. That's it. I don't double knot it or anything like that, just one knot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 white and to pink, and then to white and to pink, and on we go. And now to pink. And in the beginning, it's going to look a little sparse, but don't worry about it. It's going to fill up really, really nicely. And it's going to look gorgeous. So I have to white to pink, back to the white. If the tip sometimes, see, this one pulled something. It's all right, just got it off. And away we go. I'm going to continue going on and on, but as you can see, it's turning out so pretty. Now, if you have one that you accidentally kind of pulled or tugged a little too much, as you can see, I have it right here. If it's closer to the top, you may kind of just cut it off or something. I usually just leave it because at the end of the day, it's basically going to be like this, and it's going to be filled nice and tight. You're not going to be able to see that actually, but if that bothers you, you could definitely take it off and then just grab another one, because you really should have some left over at the end of the day. I wanted to show you what this looks like with only 3 rows. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and I have not done this one. You can definitely get away with it. Oh, this feels so nice. But I do like my wreaths to be a little fuller with this method. So I am going to go ahead and finish this off. But I thought if you just wanted to know what it kind of looked like with 3, this is it. So the 4th one is really going to pull this up just a little bit and fill this space in right here. All right, and now we have 4. Do you see how nice and beautiful and full it is? And I pretty much just did it nice and tight as I could. There's going to be plenty of leftover, so don't worry about that. And here we go. Doesn't it look like a peony a little bit? This looks so pretty because it's like this pale pink and the white. All right, I'm going to finish up all of this. I'm going to go watch something while I'm doing it, and I will be back when this is all over and we're going to do the finishing touches. Okay, so this is what's left over. I'm not sure why I have so much left over this time. So what I recommend is definitely take 2 of each color when doing this, and then just add if you have to. But as you can see, mine is really packed tight. I really didn't leave any room for so much to be left over, but it is what it is. So I'm going to just fluff it out right now. And what I'm going to do with this one is something different. I'm going to take these roses that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they're not white, they're not ivory. They're really this kind of like soft pink, like as soft as you can get between a white and a pink. And my light over here just washes it out a little bit, but you can tell there's a little bit of pink right in there. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to take all of these little roses off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them around the wreath. The first thing you might want to tell me is like, oh, Nadia, but they're gonna blend in. They're so light. The wreath is light. That is what makes this wreath elegant. You don't need any big contrast. If you take a look at it, look how elegant this is. And this is, I'm making this for my 5-year-old niece's birthday, so that's the whole point. I want it to be elegant. I want it to be beautiful. I don't want it to be something, you know, ridiculously, you know, standoffish. So I'm just making sure that I got about the same amount of space between these. And we're not going to make this rocket science or anything like that. So I'm just going to grab these, and then I'm just going to put hot glue straight onto the rose. As you can see, I'm going straight on to the rose. And then where I made my spot, I'm just going to put it in there. So then the petals and everything kind of catch the rose. because when it hangs, I wanted to make sure that it's nice and secure. For the centerpiece, I'm using this crown from the Dollar Tree. This is my niece's favorite crown. She walks around with it. She loves this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 chenille wires, but I am not going to hot glue them until I feel like I have the right position, because I want to make sure that I'm in the right place here, and I'm not gonna know that until the crown is in place. So I'm just going to give it a few twists, and it should stay in place because there's teeth on here. Okay, before I go on, because it's hard to tell because I can't put it flat, I am going to cut a little bit of the headband. In case you're wondering, because this is pretty loose, what's going to hold it in place are these little tails, I guess. So let's see what it looks like. And see, that looks good. You can move it down or up. And I feel like I need to cut it just a little tiny more. Now, to secure these in place, what I'm going to do is hot glue right here. There you go. And hot glue on top. And I'm really going really generously on top. And I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to show you up close, because it's hot and it's, you know, it's melting down. But I'm going to hot glue it in order to prevent those corners from scratching the wall or the door or wherever this is going to be. Going to let it cool, and then I'm going to give it a second touch on these corners right here on the edges to make sure that this does not scratch anything. And then I'm going to make sure that I pull all my little tails through, so they're all on the other side.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's Wreath Wednesday and the very elegant happy birthday wreath that I made for my little niece. If you have any suggestions for the upcoming wreaths you would like to see on Wreath Wednesday, let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of your comments, and hopefully I can make the wreath that you suggested. With that being said, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!